Hi everybody, I just wanted to give you a little bit of context around assignment number 3, as I know many of you are working towards getting that done. And I really want you to think about all of the topics that we've covered in this course, whether it's been in the discussion forum, whether it's been some of the readings, and think about, some people are actually reaching back to their briefing note topic and thinking about how can you frame a message of advocacy around a policy change. And so week 8 is when we really covered a lot of this material. So this assignment really is grounded in week 8. Think about the topics that we covered from the frameworks resource in the discussion forums. And you can maybe use those to ground your messaging a little bit. Thinking about the resources on empathy that we had, the National Collaborating Center's piece on health equity, and really, this is really focused on messaging for the general public. So we've written a briefing note, which has had messaging for government policy change. We've done a health impact assessment, which has really had messaging around evaluation. And now we're looking at messaging for the general public. And so a lot of this really is grounded in storytelling and how can we create empathy in our audience and for our topic and get people to connect with the topic in order to have some sort of action. So, this assignment, I'm not concerned about references. I'm not concerned about format. You can, do what I'm doing and prop your phone up on your computer and talk for 4 minutes. You can do a narrated PowerPoint. You can do whatever format you're most comfortable with. But really, the marks are all grounded in the message. And so, I want you to think about, having your audience, the general public, who that is, have that be obvious, have them able to connect to your topic in a certain way. So how are you going to provide, enough background information to get people to really care about an issue? And are you focusing your message appropriately? So not only in the language and the content, but also how you kind of relate to your audience. Does it make sense? Are you speaking at the same level? Messaging, the biggest piece around messaging is what is the action that you want? And so you could be asking for someone to support a current policy change that's been proposed. You could ask people to draw attention to a policy that needs to be changed or where there's a gap in policy or programming. So you're using your message to draw attention to an issue, and then, the next piece is what kind of action do you want the audience to take? And so, it could be writing letters, it could be, attending meetings, it could be, speaking up for certain issues, it could be, how people choose to spend their time and money, and but there needs to be some sort of tangible message of action. Okay, so you're framing the issue with enough background and context that people are going to want to be engaged and they have enough information to make decisions and take action. You're, doing this at an appropriate level to whoever your audience is. You're, framing the change that you want to create, whether it's, a policy change or a new policy or fill a gap or, whatever that change is, highlighting that, and then being very clear about the action is you want people to take. Okay, and so those are kind of the key pieces, and you're going to do it in less than 4 minutes. And, the piece around delivery, can I understand, what the message is and how those pieces flow? And then presentation style is 5 marks out of 100. So less concerned about the editing and all of the fancy stuff, and more concerned about the messaging. So please email me if you want to share any topics or share any directions or get some feedback on where you're going. But I really enjoy finishing the term with this and hearing, kind of what speaks to you and where you see change as relevant and necessary. So we're quickly getting to the end of the course. So this week you're the week on nature and focused on children specifically, and next week we'll focus on oceans, and you'll get to spend some time on a beach or a lake or some sort of water, area, and just to kind of connect a little bit at the end of the term. So again, email me if you have any questions, and yeah, thanks.